Hello everyone, and this is again Alexander Semenenko from Voronezh. Today I'd like to tell you about the other book of mine. I will speak about two volumes of my book, first volumes of my book, Rigvedic Papers. As I've already mentioned in the previous video, they are dedicated to the problem of Ashva in Rigveda. In fact, they are dedicated not only to the problem of Ashva in Rigveda, but also to the problem of Hari in Rigveda. When I started to write this book, I tried to find all mentions of Ashvas and Haris in Rigveda, to analyze them, and then I wanted to compare this information with the information from the other Indo-European traditions to check my conclusions. And when I began to do this, I found out that the material was so immense, that the evidence was so immense. There were so many depictions of the artifacts that I had to divide the book into two volumes, and there are a lot of hundreds of illustrations in both volumes. In the years after the publication of this e-book, I also found and discovered more illustrations on this problem. They do not change my conclusions, they only support and corroborate them. So before starting the presentation of this book, of these two volumes, I hope I will do it quite quickly. I'd like to thank my young daughter Sophia for assisting me and acting as a video operator of this presentation. And I also apologize for the possible mistakes in my English pronunciation and words, because I am not a native English speaker, and I make some mistakes while presenting you my books, especially when I speak quickly. So, the first volume of the book, Sophia, please show. It is called Rigvedic Papers on the Ashvas and Haris in Rigveda. There are only two chapters in this book, and each chapter is has the same structure. Firstly, I study Rigvedic hymns, the references to some descriptions of Ashvas or Haris, and then I compare this evidence with the evidence from other Indo-European traditions. So this book has usual dedication to my scientific teacher Sri Aurobindo, the great Rigvedologist of India, and the first two chapters are dedicated to the horned deer of Indo-European gods, used as the drawing or used for drawing or riding, and a very fresh idea. The second chapter is dedicated to lions as the possible drawing animals of Indra's chariot, and the parallel evidence of lions as drawing animals from other European traditions. So the first chapter about the horned deer. In fact, we have only one direct description of this animal as a riding animal of Indra, and It is to be found in the late first mandala of Rig Veda. Here we have one of two references in Rig Veda of and the full description of the so-called Ashva, and many people state that this is the sacrifice of the horse, but what we have just near, just next to this description, we have the description of Ashva, of Indra, and he is two times this Ashva, or this Ashva, two times described as having goat horns, Hiranya Shringa, and Shringani. So, and it is told there that this horse is called Ashva, which I translate just as a swift creature. Then Arva. This term may be used in Rig Veda to designate even bulls. And as Vajji, that is full of strength. This term is used not only to Ashvas but also to asses in Rig Veda. So about the Arva can be also used to describe even buffalo, Mahisha. It is also from Rig Veda. And I state that this Ashva is not a horse at all, because we have two direct mentions of its numerous Shringani, Hiranya Shringa. So he is a horned, it is a horned animal, and what horned animal can be called Arvan, jumping, and moving, fast moving, and Vajin, full of strength. And by the way, in the very same hymn, it is described as moving through the woods. So it is a forest animal, it has many horns, it is full of strength, it is swift, Ashva, and it is fast moving, swiftly moving, and jumping like Arvan. So I come to the conclusion that this is not a horse at all, but this is evidently a horned deer. It is a very fresh idea for the Rigvedic interpretation. In fact, it is revolutionary, but how to corroborate it? I started to look for the descriptions of the riding deer, horned deer, not just deer, but horned deer, in other Indo-European traditions. Only Indo-European is important here, the same as in the Aryan is an Indo-European tradition. So the other Indo-European traditions, they have also descriptions, depictions of the horned deer